Okay, I wanted to tell you guys, this is like a video diary. When I opened this door a few minutes ago, it's 91 degrees and it's dropped about 1 degree. So it's about 90, 91 degrees in the camper with the door shut. The windows are foamed. Okay. And obviously it will be hot in the camper. The roof is hot, and my concept of egg. The roof of the camper was hot enough to fry an egg. Okay, but now the tarp is hot enough to fry an egg. And now I can actually touch the roof of the camper. Now, I can actually touch the roof of the camper. I mean, if the tarp wasn't on the roof, there's no way I could touch the roof of the camper because it would be hot enough to fry an egg. It's approximately 88 to 90 degrees right now. It's close to 90 degrees. One website says 88 degrees in Richmond, the other one says 90. So my concept is like an attic in the camper. Basically an attic. It would be removable with the fiberglass panels on the top that slide back and forth, that open and shut, and the top panel in the back would slide out to make a porch roof. And that attic would be like, the attic would be the height of the air conditioner. The height of the attic would be like the height of the roof AC. And it would be like the basement, but it would be an attic. Because in houses, you have an attic with a vent on the sides of the house. The attic is a buffer zone. The sun's really hot. The sun is really hot, and the attic is a buffer zone. The attic in a house is a buffer zone for that really hot air, to go in there and collect. And if you have fans and breeze blowing through the attic, it takes that really hot air out of the attic and brings cooler air into the attic, so the air is constantly flowing through the attic. So the hot air that comes through the roof will go into the attic, and then it'll be blown away by the exhaust, the fans in the attic, and the attic in the camper will be open on the sides and open in the back. Open in the sides and open in the back. And it'll open somewhat on the sides and completely open in the back. And it'll have fans, so it'll pull your air through your attic and your camper. And it'll just be as tall as the air conditioner. You see, I took this piece of wood up here so I can elevate this. And this is a simulation of what an attic in a camper would be like. They make a canopy. They make a canopy that goes over the top of a camper that's like that. Kind of made like this, and it's expensive, but I don't know what it's called, but them 2 or 3 different manufacturers. It's like a tent. It's kind of like a dome-shaped this tarpaulin canopy material, and it keeps your camper cool inside by creating that attic effect. This would be a permanent attic, and it would be a framework like this here. You see this framework? Framework like this on the sides of the camper, and it would just fit down to the top of the camper, and then you would have, I was thinking, panels on the roof that would be like Bob Wells, what he did to his cargo trailer. Bob Wells' cargo trailer has on the top of his ladder racks, he has boards, plywood laying down flat on top of his ladder racks on his cargo trailer, and that's what I'm going to do on this. But the panels are going to be sliding on a track. You see, there's one panel here overlapped by another panel behind it, so you can push it back, both sides back, and then all the way out, and so one panel will overlap the other one, and the panel on the top will have solar panels on it, my solar cells. So solar panels will be on top of the attic. So, and it'll constantly let breeze. It'll be like a breezeway, like you're constantly like you're, you know. So, kind of like that. And it's the breezeway in your attic. You see, you just let your air blow through your attic, and that's where, the air blows through your attic, and the hot sun that beats down on top of your roof. Because without the attic, the hot sun will beat right down on top of your camper, and it'll soak right into your roof. Because this roof of this camper is only like 2 inches thick. roof of 2 or 3 inches thick is all that roof is. And that's not enough to keep it cool. It's when I touch this with the attic, it's not that hot when I touch the ceiling. Okay, there's no attic space here, and the roof is obviously hotter here in the cab over because the tarp is laying right down on top of your roof. What makes an attic work, it's not another layer of a tarp. You can't have the attic laying flat down on the roof because it'll soak through it. It's the airspace in between this roof, in between the attic roof, the roof, and the ceiling. It's that airspace in between the roof and the ceiling. This tarpaulin being that roof, the top of the camper being the ceiling. And it's airspace in between where air can blow through. Sure, when the sun beats down, it makes it 150 degrees in there, but you have the air blowing out that 150 degree air, blowing in 90 degree air. So it's, before I put this tarpaulin makeshift attic on, this is just a prototype test. Usually inside of here in hot days, today it's 90 degrees. And days like this, it was always 10 degrees hotter in here than it was outside. Days when it was 80, it would be 90 in here. It would be 90 degrees in here when it was 80 outside. So if it's 80 degrees in here, it'll be 90 outside. And it would be close to 100 in here if it was 90 outside. So I've got the attic, and the attic causes it to... So it's the same temperature in here as it is outside because of the attic. That's your solution in an RV. And there's very, very, very few RVs that would take advantage of the concept of an attic. So I guess for houses, a lot of houses have attic space. An attic doesn't have to be something big enough to walk around in. An attic is the crawl space in the eaves of any house. The attic is. And so this is just like Mom's house even has an attic. So that's all that is an attic. That's what an attic is. And so it creates that buffer zone. That buffer zone of air in the ceiling. That's all that does. Buffer zone in the ceiling for air. And so I just wanted to tell you guys this on a quick note here. So when it utilize it, and so the camper won't be top heavy or too tall. And you have a basement, but you also can have an attic. So the basement's for the winter, the attic is for the summer. So that's the purpose of that, and it works too. So yeah, that's the point. I think it's going to work. I think it's going to work well. I'm going to go in the house and I'm going to try to show you guys the attic thing, the tent attic. This will just be a hard-shelled attic. Okay. There we go! What up, boom! Yeah. Can I show you? Yes. I think you should go going down there. Whatever you want me to do. You take the whole box of... Jesus fucking Christ. Forgive me, God. Just can't do nothing. I looked at, see, I've got it here, a copy. Mm-hmm. Can you come look at it? Hold on. I didn't put my punctuation. That's why it looks like that. It didn't have anything to do with those kinds of laws. And I put it like this for a reason, because what you said that there. And I think you should be ready to go. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Well, whatever. There and here both. I'm trying to make you feel better. I'm not. I just want time to myself.
What?
I just want time to myself to do what I want to do.
Can you have time to yourself on the way up there?
No, because I came out here to watch my YouTube. Here's the canopy.
Can you take it out?
Hold on. I'm making a video.
We'll take it out the can.
Well, fuck. Okay. You ruined my video. Thank you very much. Anyway, guys, I'm sorry about this. Every time I try to do something, somebody's always in my hair. Somebody's always in my face.
What you doing in there?
So I'm in my face to do a thing. This is it. See it? The canopy.
Before you came home.
Yes, so was I.
You shouldn't come home.
I wanted to because I thought I lived here too. Here's the top of it. The canopy. I'll make another freaking video later. Somebody run my video.